This is Elaine, and I'm Ed Hen. We live in Annapolis, Maryland, and we're currently sitting in the sun in Fort Myers, Florida, on our Ranger Tug 27 Bay Ranger. We're down on our third Intracoastal Waterway trip to Florida.
We usually choose close to the end of October to leave and just slowly come down. We don't have a set schedule. The weather has a lot to do with how far we travel. We usually do about 60 miles a day.
I forget the total number of rivers that we cross, but of course the Intracoastal is a series of canals, bays, and 50 or 60 rivers that all interconnect to get us down to Florida. So on our long cruises, the night before we sit down and plan the next day, picking out anchorages at 40, 50, and 60 miles, so we've got some flexibility for the day. We also use the Skipper Bob Marina and Waterway guides to help us plan each day.
We know now, after this is our fourth trip down, so we know some of those favorite anchorages, some of the marinas where we want to pull in, where they have courtesy cars that gets you to the grocery store. Everything is here that we need. The microwave when we're in marinas we don't use that when we're anchoring, but the propane stove is just great. It's really got more storage. We weren't sure we would have enough storage in here going from the sailboat to the powerboat, but it has worked really well.
Cool. And one of the fringe benefits to a small boat, it's for midnight snacks, it's only 2 steps from the bed to the fridge. When we talk about our Ranger Tug, we talk about the boat, but we also talk about the company and the customer service that we receive from Ranger Tugs. And not only us, at the Rendezvous, we talk to other owners who feel the same way. The support is like no other boat company that we know of. We were on the Canaveral Barge Canal on the east coast of Florida, and we had a leak in our hydraulic steering unit. We called Andrew at the factory, and he said, "Where are you?" And I told him. He said, "Where will you be tomorrow?" I said, "We'll be in Daytona Beach at the Halifax Harbor Marina." He said, "Great." He said, "I will overnight ship a new unit to you, and I'll also line up somebody to put it in." I mean, how many companies would do that?
It's a good boat for 2 people to handle. We've seen single-handed people too. They have their system of having their lines ready on the starboard side when they come in, and the thrusters are wonderful.
Yeah, I don't know of another boat of this size that has both a bow thruster and a stern thruster, and they really make docking and navigating in close quarters easy.
And if the weather's really going to be bad and you want to go into a marina and other boats have the same idea, they ask how long you are and how wide, and quite often they find a space for a boat this size.
Yeah, and that works in anchorages too. You can go into a crowded anchorage, and with our shallow draft and short length, there's always a spot. We can go anchor places where other boats can't. So there's always a place in the anchorage, and there's always a place to stick a 27 in a marina. Everybody likes it when they come by on the docks, and we've talked to other owners about this too, how much attention these cute little boats attract. We always tell people, look at how you use a boat before you buy it. And for us, the cruises that we do, shallow draft, all the features of a small Ranger Tug made it the right choice for us. As far as the Intracoastal Waterway, one piece of advice for those thinking about doing it is try not to have a rigid schedule. If you don't have a rigid schedule, you can stay at anchor or stay in the marina when the weather's bad, you're not forced out into rough weather. Makes for a much more pleasant journey.
We're getting older, and
She is. I'm not. She's getting older. I'm not.
we're getting older. So I don't know what the future is holding, but whatever the future is, we've had so many great memories to look back on. We have the scrapbooks, and we've done these things. And another piece of advice is to do them while you're young enough that you can really enjoy them, and not worry so much about health issues. So